The city providing an update on things to do in Toronto this long weekend, including what's open and closed. Let's listen in.
The city, the busiest times are 5:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. And so again, we're asking people to plan ahead, keep that in mind as you are heading to and from the island. And of course, book your tickets online. It helps streamline the process and it makes things a lot easier for everyone. The city is pleased to announce that we'll have our full fleet available to bring residents and visitors to and from the island. And of course, if you need more information on our ferry service, it's available on the city's website. Of course, it's been a hot past few days, and so city beaches is one way to beat the heat. Obviously, the weather right now isn't favorable for that, but if we do get some sunshine and people do want to enjoy our city beaches, we encourage them to do so. We want people to have fun, but more importantly, we want people to be safe. And so that means never swim without any lifeguard or in an unsupervised area. Make sure you're always swimming with people around you. Never swim under the influence of any substance. If you are a parent, make sure you have your children at arm's reach with you. And of course, limit your exposure to the heat. Stay hydrated. And in case of emergency, please call 911. I mentioned pools as one way to beat the heat. Our outdoor pools are another way to beat the heat as well, and they will be open throughout the weekend, including on Monday. For a full rundown of operational hours for our pools, please visit the city's website. There's a lot of activities to do this weekend. We've got Veld Festival, we got the National Bank Open as well. For anyone who wants to take part in any physical activities, we got golf courses. All 5 of the city's municipal golf courses will be open this weekend, including on Monday. And so you can book tee times by either visiting the website or calling in person. For families, High Park Animal Display will be open for visitors from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. all weekend long. Residents and visitors are reminded that roads within the High Park area are closed to vehicle traffic on weekends and holidays. For more information, please visit the city's Zoo and Farms webpage. Riverdale Farm is also open and will be available to the public from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. throughout the long weekend. And the St. Lawrence Market. What's interesting about the St. Lawrence Market is on Sunday, August 4th, we will have the Taste of the Caribbean Festival, which will fill Market Street with food, crafts, and culture that will really showcase and highlight Caribbean culture and everything that it has to offer. You can visit the vendors and enjoy the music from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The St. Lawrence Market on Saturday and Saturday's Farmers Market will also be open during the civic holiday long weekend and for regular business hours. Those hours are as such. Saturday, August 3rd from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Farmers Market will be open from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. On Sunday, August 4th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Monday, August 5th, it will be closed. The Toronto Zoo is celebrating its 50th anniversary, and so they have a Zoobilee countdown. The 50th anniversary is on August 15th. So for more information, please visit the zoo's website. And of course, an important reminder about fireworks. This weekend is not a designated fireworks day. Residents are only permitted to set off fireworks on their property and if they have a permit from Toronto Fire Services. Fireworks are not allowed on city parks, beaches, balconies, streets, parking lots, or anyone else's private property. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today. And on behalf of the city, I wish everyone a safe and happy Carnival and civic holiday weekend. I'll be opening the floor for questions. Absolutely. We have teams in place. We have extra staff, so it's all hands on deck. We also have makeshift hospitals on site along the route of the parade in case anything happens. So we have emergency personnel available and at the ready.
I was just going to say, it sounds like it will be an absolute nightmare for anyone who has to drive in the city. Just what is your advice, and how is the city going to handle, all of the traffic backups that will be happening?
Like any major event like this, we need road closures in order for people to participate safely. Again, there are lots of transit options. There are lots of ways to get in and around the city. Our partners over at the TTC and at Metrolinx have done a phenomenal job in ramping up service and making places as accessible as possible through transit. And so we encourage everyone to take transit as much as possible. If you can cycle and walk as well, that's not a bad idea either. So we have 4 ferries, and we have a 5th one that's available weather dependent. It is a legacy ferry, and so that one only operates if there's optimal weather conditions. But aside from that, the 4 that would operate otherwise are all available.
What kind of a benefit is there for
Well, buying tickets online allows you to avoid the lineups at the Jack Layton Ferry Terminal. And so really it's an easier way to streamline the process. For us, a lot of the lineups happen when people, decide to plan their day on the fly, which happens, right? But, as much as possible, if you can plan ahead and buy your tickets online, then that would be ideal. So that was a concern initially when we had the rain about, I want to say a little over a week ago. The conditions have improved, and so they are safe. Again, if you are unsure, please visit our city's website. We have all the information on our beach conditions. We update them daily, and so we make sure that residents know which beaches are safe. But as of now, at this point in time, our beaches are safe for people to swim in.
with new ferries years away? Are there any additional planes that you would demand during long weekend?
Yeah, so with long weekend service, what we do is we make sure that we have all our fleets available. We also adjust schedules when needed, and so what we do is we really monitor the situation, and we react accordingly. We also have staff on hand to help ensure that things move quite swiftly. And this year itself, we've made quite a few modifications at the ferry terminal and at the island as well. That means more shade for people. We do have some vendors as well that provide food and beverages if you are waiting. And again, our number one priority is to make sure that we pass the message to people that if you can avoid traveling during non-peak hours, if you can travel during non-peak hours, that would be ideal, and to really plan ahead. Again, it's a major attraction, like any long weekend. Major attractions like Canada's Wonderland or any other attraction is a busy one. There will be lots of people there, so just bear that in mind if you are planning to go to the island.
With the heat wave pools you mentioned are open, are they extending hours?
So today they're not extended, but again, if we do see that the weather conditions require, then we will extend them, and we will be sure to communicate that with the public. We are constantly monitoring the weather conditions, and we are constantly looking at ways to utilize our resources to ensure that everyone can stay hydrated and, more importantly, cool off.
What about the vulnerable people living outside? Are you adding resources? It's just been a longer stretch of hot weather than we saw earlier in the summer. Have you learned anything from the previous experience earlier in the year? And you got water trucks out to locations better?
We're always looking at situations like this as a learning opportunity. I will say we do have outreach teams and teams at different locations and on the streets really monitoring the situation to ensure that we're able to provide the best service possible with the resources that we have. Whenever we do have additional resources deployed, we will, of course, use them when necessary.
How many people are you expecting for the carnival this weekend?
So at this point in time, we're expecting just under 1 million people to attend this year's Caribbean Carnival Parade. The Grand Parade itself is the highlight of it, and obviously it is the culmination of a beautiful celebration. Toronto is very lucky to host a Caribbean Carnival. It is one of the biggest celebrations of Caribbean culture in North America. And so not a lot of cities can host it. We're very fortunate to do so. It happens once a year, and so we know obviously with road closures it can be an inconvenience to some, but again, it does have a huge economic benefit to the city. It has a huge cultural benefit to the city, and it's a driver of tourism, and that's always a good thing for us. Any more questions? That's it. All right, thank you so much, everyone.
The City of Toronto's Tish Bissonnette getting us geared up for the long weekend in the city. Of course, the Caribbean Carnival weekend also taking place as well. A lot of advice there when it comes to the Toronto Islands. Getting there has been a bit of a headache, lots of long lineups. Some advice from the city: get your tickets online and go early. Avoid those high peak hours, usually around kind of the early afternoon into the early evening. So definitely go ahead early if you can. And city pools, he also mentioned their outdoor pools will be open on the holiday Monday if you're looking to cool down.